Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in today here on a busy Monday. Watching the show is always on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM, channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our great affiliates across the country. More on the World Cup now. We go out to the Progressive guest line to begin the hour. Mike Palm joins the program, not in studio today, but he's on the show. He is the VP of Circa Las Vegas, the Golden Gate, and the D. Hey, Maestro, thanks for the time today. How was your World Cup betting weekend?
It wasn't too bad. Thought we were going to get a scoop with South Africa +1 and under 2.5 yesterday, but we didn't get there. We pushed one and won the other. Got the draw with Austria and Algeria and the over. So yeah, it was pretty decent.
What do you have in this match going on as we speak? Germany and Paraguay scoreless 31st minute. And is there anything that you would recommend to the audience, maybe to make a live in-play bet?
Well, I laid a price with under 3 here. I wouldn't recommend laying a price under 2.5 at this point. It's probably going to switch to 1.5 pretty soon. And then I laid 1 with Germany. So I was hoping a 1-0, 2-0 final here. Even 2-1, I pushed both ways. But obviously Germany's had all the chances so far. Hasn't been able to convert yet. But it's hard to imagine without a complete breakdown that Paraguay is going to score here today.
2.5 under -180. Too much juice? No good.
Yeah, I don't want to lay that much. I don't want to lay that much juice, Paul. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Take us through the epic matchup tonight, as Morocco's getting a lot of love and a lot of future love as well, taking on the Netherlands. Over 1.5 -180, over 2.5 plus money. Do you see goals, and who do you like coming up?
I don't know, Paul. I don't know if I see goals. I could imagine this being 1-1 and go into extra time. I do have the futures on the Netherlands that plays a little bit into it. Ultimately, I played Morocco to advance, +130. We've talked a lot about heat and humidity, guys. It really hasn't played out that much this way. Look, we're about 78 in Boston for this game right now with Germany. We've had, when it was hot in Philadelphia, it rained and cooled down. But here's a matchup with an equatorial country in Morocco, that plays in heat all the time, against a team from Northern Europe that doesn't like to play in heat. And right now in Guadalupe, Mexico, it's 94 degrees. I know the game will go, I believe 7 o'clock local time there, but it's still going to be hot. And I do think the heat and humidity may become a factor, especially for the Netherlands in the second half. So I think it's the first true game that we've had where we could see whether for a Northern European team against a South American or African team be a factor.
Good breakdown. Mike Palmer, guest here. He's on the Progressive guest line. How about tomorrow? This one's going to be before the show starts, and we're live on the air. But, of course, VSiN will be rocking and rolling at the time. Prop Points will be on the air at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Norway and Ivory Coast. Chris Felica came on last hour. He's strong in Ivory Coast in this match, but he also liked it before the tournament. What do you make of the number here, and the total's 2.5?
Yeah, I went over with this play. We've seen Norway; all 3 of their games fly over, even when Erling Haaland didn't play. Look, Ivory Coast's been very competitive here. They've been with this, one of the great stories of this bottom tier of African teams that have done so well. 8 of 9 qualifying for the knockout stages. It's pretty impressive. I do think it could be a good game. If you wanted to force me to play a side in 90 minutes, I would probably take a half goal with the Ivory Coast. Again, I have Norway futures here at 30-1 and at 6-1 to make the semifinals. So a little bit of a hedge play there if I played it. But I think this is going to be an open game, 2-1, 2-2, something in that nature.
A lot was made on social media about the reporter from Los Angeles who had to apologize. She was trash talking. USA, we're going to win. I don't even know where Bosnia is on a map. What did you make of that whole thing, that she was forced to apologize in the outrage when she's just kind of excited for her country, loving soccer, and like trash talking, doing the news?
I think she should be fired, Paul. I mean, this is lunacy to suggest that somebody that works in news doesn't know what the Balkans are. I mean, this is not like this is some obscure area of the world that you've never heard of Bosnia or you've never, I mean, these countries have been in the news for 30 years with all the internal strife. They start world wars. I mean, this isn't some little former Soviet state that you might not have known about before the Iron Curtain fell. I think it's embarrassing that she gets on TV and says something like that. And it makes us look like idiots as a country. I mean, this is as dumb as like when they interview these OnlyFans girls and they don't know how many years are in a century or a decade. It's that dumb.
Can you believe her boss is from Bosnia? What were the odds of that? How that situation played out? Well,
that was the incredible part of the whole story.
Yeah,
she obviously the man is European, and she never bothered to learn where he was from. Right? If there was a guy from France running Visa, don't you think we would know that he's from France? It's a joke.
What'd you make of the match in Kansas City on Saturday night? We all anticipated nothing to happen, and as we said earlier, everything happened between Algeria and Austria.
I still don't believe what I saw. When it got to 1-1, I said, "Oh, we're done. Why would anybody try to score again?" Mm-hmm. And then when they got to 2-2, then they were playing patty cake, right? And what was going to happen? And then they score with a minute to go, and you get another. I mean, it's just like if you would have parlayed all of those events to happen to say that game would somehow end up 3-3. I mean, what was the price on 3-3, Paul, beforehand?
Oh, okay. Like
the miracle, the miracle is we yacked the draw 3 times and got back there 3 times. That's unbelievable.
Yes. How about the scenario then that takes out Iran, where they thought they win, and then the VAR calls it back, celebration, all that goes up in flames, and then that result with the 3-3 draw sends them packing.
It's almost as Trump has scripted this unbelievable story, right?
Yeah.
They score. The rules experts are brought in to say whether it was a handball. No one's even talking about it's offside. Oh, yeah, it's offside because the goalie's so far out, and then you don't consider that defender because that defender. I mean, that itself was bad enough. But then to have Algeria score with literally 60 seconds left to go in the game to send you on again, and you're already shipped off to Mexico. You can't. I mean, it's the storylines here are truly beyond belief.
Concur.
Yeah. Any other team that you would consider adding right now to win the entire event?
The prices are so short. I think France has looked the best of anybody, and the team that's really I didn't give a big chance to, but they played beautifully is Argentina. But I'm not looking at futures at those prices. You talk about a lot of love about Morocco. Mm-hmm. I mean, the team you can still get them at a good price if you really love Morocco. I mean, they were 50-1 after 2 games. This is the team that reached the semifinals in Qatar.
Yeah, good point. You can follow Mike on X. He's at Circa Maestro. Thanks, pal. Good luck with the bets that you have coming up tonight. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, okay?
All right, great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Mike Palm, there you go. VP here, Circa Las Vegas on the Progressive Guest Line.
I see Colombia at Caesars is 35-1. They're 9-1 to reach the final.
They're $1.10 to make it to the quarters, I believe. That right? Do I have that correctly? And then that match would be against Argentina in theory.
I'd love the name the finalist menu in that market. What you can look at too. And everyone has that. You can also still bet wins the World Cup with the Golden Boot winner. That's available. Still, they've updated that, and this is excellent.
Do you think we're on a path here where it's going to end up being Argentina and France?
Yeah, yes. And Messi's got a 2-goal lead now. Plus, they figure to win the next couple of matches.
Right.
I mean, if they get through Colombia, I mean, the guy has scored in 7 in a row. That's the other thing. Well, that's going to be hard to fade. Every match in play, Caesars offers to qualify live, both countries to win in extra time, both to win on penalties, and the match to go to penalties. All of it updated constantly. With this round now. We almost had it in the first 2.
You're saying on that.
Sure. I thought for sure we were going all night. Like 0-0, get ready, we're going to penalties with Canada.
Yeah, right. And you have that prop bet from before the tournament, right? What is it exactly?
4.5.
4.5 games to be decided on PKs?
Yes.
Okay.
To go to penalties live is 6-1. Paraguay to win on penalties is 16-1.
Wow.
To win in extra time is 33-1. Germany's 6-1. And they're minus 750 to qualify. 0-0, 40 minutes in.
Yeah. Germany just had the ball, not kicked back now to midfield. Post-hydration break here. I'm with, by the way, like France has looked like the best team overall, and they were power rated like they were the best team along with Spain entering this tournament. I do not think it's going to go well for the Germans in this next match.
Okay. The other thing, too, you mentioned weather a couple times.
Have you seen the forecast across the country?
I mean, we're talking, that's going to be, is that an 8 o'clock start Friday in Kansas? I mean, 100 degrees?
And the humidity is going to be soaking wet as soon as you step outside.
When we did that, when we were covering NFL training camps years ago, I'd never experienced anything like Miami in August.
Oh, it's absurd.
But you were St. Louis, right? Weren't you in St. Louis?
Oh, my God. Just sitting there.
August was brutal.
It was like 99 degrees with 97% humidity. And we took photos of like the entire crew because every 10 minutes more sweat was developed. Like your shirt was like wringing wet after being outside under a tent for like an hour. Nothing you can do about it. You got to take a shower as soon as you get out of the shower, yes. Basically.
I mean, if it's going to be 100, and then you're talking, but hopefully they can. That's a good thing where it might work out for them, though, because a lot of these matches are either on the West Coast or in the domes.
Yeah, the domes would be a big break, obviously.
You got to worry about New York, and you got to worry about Miami and Kansas City with what we're looking at for weather this week.
Yeah, we'll touch on Major League Baseball, the betting card that we have tonight coming up next. Dodgers have won 63 straight games in this spot. And you crushed it last week by fading both New York teams in this specific betting market. I'll give you the details on that next here on VSiN.
Let me get your attention real quick, podcast listeners. I've got something for you that almost feels too good to be true. First, credit where credit's due. If you're listening to this podcast, you're already leveling up your betting game. You're riding along with our best bets and top angles. And when there's a good game on, you're getting involved with a few props and alt markets as well. There's one more layer if you really want to step things up, and that's VSiN Pro. I've mentioned it before, but things are only getting better for our pro subscribers. We just rolled out our MLB prop projections, breaking down some of the best edges across strikeouts, hits, home runs, and more. And that's on top of everything else pro subscribers already get, including public betting splits, expert picks, and betting guides across the sports calendar. If you haven't tried it yet, stop sleeping on it. You can get your first month just $9.99 or save big with promo code POD26 on the annual subscription. Hit the link in the description and start cashing in with VSiN Pro. All right, back to the show.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Pretty big update right before halftime. Paraguay on the board first via header. They lead Germany 1-0. 45th minute of action right now. They've had possession 27% of this match so far, Paraguay. 3 shots compared to 4 by the Germans. Shots on goal, 2-0 though. And one of those got in, obviously, by Paraguay.
Oh, how things have changed.
Yeah.
Drama here. Germany is only $1.90 to qualify now. 2.5 over minus 170.
They're plus 130 to win the match in 90 minutes.
You know, the other thing is these guys get out of the sand trap like nobody's business. Paraguay can park the bus. What? Now, we destroyed them 4-1.
Sure.
Why, this is so surprising because we kicked their ass. But what they did against Turkey, they scored a minute in. It held up. That was the final score. That's when they had a man sent off for covering his mouth. They got the red card. They played a man down for 45, 50 minutes, and they didn't concede against Turkey, who beat us 3-2. So it's asking a lot, but can they hang on here somehow? And if it's just how things have changed now in play, and now that number moved dramatically on Germany with the Paraguay fluke goal. Incredible.
Well, yeah, a couple things here. One, I recall going into the U.S. match against Paraguay, a lot of people were making the case that Paraguay is going to be dangerous, and they were a tough match for the U.S. They were not. So maybe this is the squad. Maybe that was just a one-off of that match, and it did not go well, and they're much better than that showing.
They showed nothing against Australia.
I would agree.
They both benefited from the draw, but that was nothing happened in that match.
Right. And I will flip it and also say, so if that's the case, what does that tell you about U.S.? If they pounded this team?
Yes.
Maybe that's a good thing, man. So 5 minutes added now to before halftime, 1-0 again, and the draw is plus 190. Paraguay to win in 90 minutes is plus 240. Both teams to score, it was minus $7. I wonder if something happens here because now it's locked up. Do we get a goal here coming up? It's a corner kick for Germany. Maybe that's why they took it off the board, but obviously we're going to be a little bit behind here with the actual live TV feed.
What do you want? What do you want? I'm not locked up.
I'm on FanDuel. Okay, so they did
I'm not locked up.
Okay. But it was $7 for both teams to score here.
I don't hate to win in extra time, Germany 4-1.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, get down on that.
Not bad. Penalties is 10.
And on both. Okay, so let me pay off the tees here.
Hit me.
The Yankees and Mets are combined 0, 13, and 5 in the first 5, the last 18 games.
What has happened to the Yankees?
It goes back to June 20th. I don't know.
Can't hit.
Cannot hit.
Swept against Boston. Terrible. Ben Rice, 2 for 27. Bellinger in a drought. Can they break out of this? Come on, guys.
How weak is the American League?
No kidding.
Ugh.
Texas in first place, 500. What's going on?
I know. Somebody step your game up.
Yes, right.
Anybody. It's there to be had.
Yeah.
And good tweet from Codify Baseball. The Dodgers have won 63 straight games, regular season and postseason, when leading after 8 innings.
Couple fishy lines tonight.
I agree. I want to see where you're going to go, though. Go ahead.
Miami. They're gonna win the ticket. Most wins in June.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best record. Number 1 in ERA and starters ERA. Sandy, 5-0 with a 2.60 in June. $1.40 in Colorado. They're hot. He's hot. Small price. Colorado's bad. Why so cheap?
Okay.
That's number 1.
That's
Number 2.
Okay.
Number 2, Molly's been batting practice. He's been terrible. Marte owns him, by the way, hitting .530 against him. Rodriguez has good numbers. Also around the same price, but Arizona's at home. They're also cheap against the Giants, and Molly's been so bad this year.
Yeah, Marte, of those 8 hits against Molly, 5 extra base hits, 2 home runs. So maybe if you want to play him total bases over tonight or hits, runs, and RBI in that prop market,
Yep.
To do so. I thought the game that you were going to say was actually the White Sox and the Orioles. Burke goes against Shane Baz.
Okay.
Why is Baltimore favored by the, why
Yes,
are the White
that's
Sox
correct.
available at plus 117?
I got 2 reasons. Number 1, they're bad on the road. Number 2, Baltimore's 18-2 against them last 20. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay, so then you're going to bet Baltimore because of that?
Got that. Well,
The Orioles they're a great story.
18-2 last 20 against them, but number 1, bad on the road, but also 16 of their last 22 they've lost on the road. White Sox are awesome at home, different team on the road.
Well,
But I'm back in a suspect picture. Though.
100. I'm not. There's no way Baltimore could be $1.30, $1.35 in my opinion.
Okay.
So it'd be
You're not there with Miami?
Maybe. I mean, it's Coors though, so it could be a little bit tricky for Alcantara.
Okay.
I'll give you another one too. No, I get it's the Phillies, and evidently they're going to win the entire thing this year.
Look at this, 3 back now.
Mattingly's the favorite to win the Manager of the Year in the National League. I guess he probably has to be. But here's another one. So Ashcraft is going for the Pirates against Nola. I mean, it goes without saying here, but Ashcraft is one of the best kept secrets, I guess, in all of Major League Baseball the entire year. He has the highest WAR of any starting pitcher going today at Fangraphs. His ERA is 3.07. The expected stuff is all better than that, by the way. Nola on the season, a 5.58 ERA. The FIP is right around 5. 3.22 BABIP, so a little bit unlucky there. And Ozuna has owned him. 16 for 64 lifetime, 6 extra base hits, 5 home runs. It makes sense here that he's $1.30. Ashcraft is for the Pirates in the first 5, but also like around a pick 'em for the game. Now you're fading the Phillies under this scenario, which is a bad recipe for adding money to your account. But this pitch, it's a complete mismatch here on the mound tonight.
Didn't you mention last week how the Brewers have owned the Reds?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, well, you got that again. And they're $1.30 at home. 50-31 is their record. 43-18 against the Reds since 2022.
Pretty good.
And they're going against Lodolo. Total of 9. Let's see runs in that one.
By the way, good weekend for the Cubs against the Brewers.
Yes, Cubs started 27-12. then went 7-22. Now they've won 12 of 16.
Nice.
Schizophrenic Cubbies.
Yep, total roller coaster. And evidently the winds are howling tonight
No kidding.
at Wrigley.
Yep.
The total is 11, and I know people are on like home run props in the game,
Oh, yeah.
betting the first 5 over, the year fee, all of it.
Well, they're throwing, it's all the makings, right? The wind blowing out. Shote's got 1-4 with an ERA of almost 7 in his last 8.
Mhm.
And Canning's got the third worst ERA in baseball.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That will do it. Excellent.
Um,
And what gives? We going to add more?
not to that game.
Okay. What gives what's going on in the West? 500 is in first place with Texas. If they win tonight, they're over 500 for the first time since late April. What is going on?
Who do you like in that division? Just
Nobody.
overall. Yeah, right?
I hope Seattle can figure it out. But
I
this
want to
is-
like Seattle. I want to like the A's. But holy hell, man, it's like half the season now is in the books.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you some
Right.
streaks.
Can I give you this too?
Uh.
Today is the anniversary of the Dave Stewart Fernando
That's right.
double no.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Stewart in studio a couple weeks ago. I had to bring that up. Both games are on ESPN. I
Watched them
believe.
both. Remember, we were in mid school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back to back ESPN no-nos.
That'll never happen again.
Yeah, strong. Yeah.
Hard prediction there.
Yeah.
K streaks. Now, these are opposing pitchers, what they have done against these teams. 12-1-2 over against the Dodgers. And you're getting Gage jump tonight for the A's.
Been good.
He's been really good.
It's your guy.
So the K props
Absolutely.
are low enough and pitchers are flying over against LA. This goes back to the Orioles game. Starting pitchers are on an 11-2 run over against the White Sox. 10-1 under against Arizona, 8-2 under against the Royals. And I mentioned those first 5 streaks with the Yankees and the Mets. Yankees 0-8-1 last 9, Mets 0-5-5. The Blue Jays last 9, 1-7-1 in the first 5. The Braves 4-10-1 in their last 15. And the hottest teams in baseball in the first 5, the Red Sox are 8-1-1. How about that beat last night? Sonny Gray's got a no-hitter going late. It's 2-0 and it goes over the total. Cubs 10-3-4 their last 17. Dodgers 28-5 their last 33. Brewers 10-2-4 last 16. And the Nationals have been one of the best first 5 teams the entire year. In their last 64 baseball games, they are 38-18-8 in the first 5. The story it keeps getting better.
Have the Pirates lost 9 straight games started by Skeens?
It's 8 or 9.
Is that the God?
Yep.
And he owned the Reds. Great numbers, career. He got lit up again. I know. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Every dollar stays in the prize pool. No rake. Circa Millions, 18 weeks. Circa Survivor, pick one winner. Last one standing wins. And Grandissimo for high rollers, $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. CircaSports.com for details. Get the schedules, big and small, while you're up there. CircaSports.com. Get in now.
A lot to get into with our next guest. David Purdum's going to join the show, cover sports betting for ESPN. The Malik Beasley story.
The text. Oh,
my God, it's
Guys.
unbelievable.
Guys, if you're talking about doing something shenanigans, don't text your buddy.
The one text from Beasley is, I'll pick up a couple thousand. What?
Made over $100 million.
What are you doing? And will the MLBPA win out and get player props banned at sports books? Say it ain't so. We'll talk to David Purdum next year on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
A lot of sports betting news to get into with our next guest as we go out to the Progressive guest line. David Purdum does a great job covering gambling and sports betting at ESPN. David, thanks for the time today. How are you?
Doing good. Busy day for sure.
Okay, so let's begin with the latest on Malik Beasley, indicted on federal charges for gambling related to a sports betting scheme, such as point shaving and prop bets. And you can take the story any direction that you want, but I have to start here. Like, if you go back to when PASPA was repealed in 2018, I would have lost a lot of money by saying these athletes are not possibly dumb enough to get involved with like these prop bets at such, like lower limits and what they're going to be. I would have gotten cleaned up by betting against this. But here we are with how dumb these players have been.
It is absolutely dumbfounding. This whole scheme alleged scheme that Beasley got indicted with today. 4 games, the net profit was around $120,000. He was in position this year to sign, I think it was a $50 or $60 million contract this previous year with the Pistons before all this came out. You look at Terry Rozier, guy made over $60 million in his career. He allegedly threw a game for $1,000 or manipulated his props for $100,000, according to the indictments. I just don't get it. It is really, really dumbfounding.
You have all the text that you tweeted out as well, the alleged text back and forth, and it's like it is dumbfounding. But there's even a point where they're texting each other, and they know it's wrong, and they're like, well, we should, and one guy leaves the chat. It's like, we better take this elsewhere, what we're doing. We shouldn't be going back and forth discussing how Beasley's going to throw player props.
Yep, and that person in that text message was Ed Davis, former NBA player. Ed Davis, lottery pick for the Raptors, came out of North Carolina, was a really good player.
Yeah,
he was indicted as well today on these allegations, and him and Beasley were texting back and forth. Ed Davis, in one of his texts, says the only way to beat Vegas is through sports betting, and then they talk about how much money they're going to make.
Yeah, the one response from Beasley, again, a guy who was going to make $50-60 million, was trying to find like $2K. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He was in debt to Davis, according to the indictment, and it doesn't really explain why he was in debt. But this whole scheme, he didn't necessarily get straight money from it. He had to pay off his debts that he owed Davis for. So he would say, okay, there were 4 games that the Fed said were targeted, at least 4 games. He would say, hey, I'm not going to I'm going to stay under my rebound total tonight. He would tell Davis, he would tell about 3 or 4 other bettors, and they would allegedly spread a bunch of money around and place these big bets. Now, again, these bets, $1,000 here, $1,000 here. I think one of the most they had a total was $25,000 in prop bets on one game. $25,000 is a lot to me. It's not a lot to a guy that's making $15 million a year.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Well said.
I'm sure you guys have seen the video today making the rounds of Beasley with the Timberwolves. In that one game, they were down by 9 with 5 seconds on the clock, and he takes it coast to coast to dunk it at the buzzer, and the spread was like 7.5 or 8.5, something like that in the game.
Yep. And there's the other one about one of the rebound games that somebody found, and he sprints in. There's like no time left up on the clock, a second left, and the game's over. It's a 7-point margin, and he sprints in, knocks off one of his teammates, and grabs the rebound.
Yes,
and that made it go over.
Yes, that was excellent as well. Do you have an update on where we stand with the Chauncey Billups mafia phony card games?
His attorney is maintaining his innocence. They had a status hearing on that last week. He said they're going to go toward trial. The trial is scheduled in November. There's so many defendants in that case that they're dividing them up into groups to be heard. So they're kind of going through that and see who belongs. There have been several of the defendants that have pleaded guilty, including former NBA player and assistant coach Damon Jones involved in that same indictment. But there are some that have not pleaded guilty, and that includes Billups.
Okay. Excellent work again on what you've been doing the last couple of weeks. The other big story, and we touched on it last week, though, but where do you stand on the MLB Players Association saying no prop bets? I understand mental health and these lunatics on social media, but if I have a bad game, the death threats and people coming after me and I can't look at my mentions, what do you think of all that, where we stand and what your solution could be to this?
I think it would be very, very difficult for there ever to be a nationwide ban on every prop. And that you would have to include your prediction markets, you'd have to include your daily fantasy sites, and then not to mention all your offshore and local bookmakers. So completely banning that, I think, is kind of far-fetched. Now, I do believe that you could possibly put in a limit on such prop bets, player props, make it smaller. Major League Baseball did that with first pitch props this year, $250 limit, and you cannot put those props in parlays. So that would, de-escalate it a little bit, keep those payouts down. Now, the sportsbooks aren't going to want to do that because prop bets as a straight bet, if you're just betting a single player prop, not a huge moneymaker. But what they do is allow people to build those same game parlays, right? You can't parlay too many side total, maybe the first quarter or whatever, but to get those really 10, 11 leg parlays, you got to have these player props that they can put in. And that's where the margins are. So Major League Baseball may have, good intentions. It seems far-fetched. I think the sportsbooks would push back hard if it was trying to be some sort of full ban.
Yeah, I am totally with you on that. I mean, let's say that here's the thing, right? If MLBPA got their way and the national legalized sportsbook said, okay, the player props are going to go bye-bye. And what you were saying then, like everybody else going to follow suit, offshore books would be like, what? We're not taking player props off the board. You want to bet with us? Please, come on.
Yep, 100%. I guess the difference is, 10 years ago, before legalization, there were player props, right?
Yeah.
But they weren't as widespread. You weren't able to throw correlated props into a parlay to escalate it. You weren't able to do derivatives of it, moving up and down things. And you certainly couldn't parlay it under points, under rebounds, under assists. And that's possible in today's market, and I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, that's what happened, right?
Porter?
Yeah, with the Porter stuff in the NBA.
Porter.
Yeah,
correct.
That's how they cleaned house. Yeah, okay. You're coming out here for Bet Bash in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'll be there Monday through Thursday, staying at Circa, so I'll hope and see you guys.
Very good. Follow him on X at David Purdom. Does a great job covering gambling and sports betting for ESPN. Thanks, David. We'll see you in a couple of weeks then, down the road.
You got it. Sounds good.
Be good. He joined us here on the Progressive Guest Line. Yeah, I mean,
well, when I said to David Stern, there was no way this would happen. It wasn't legal. It was just, we didn't have pass, but it was just in Nevada, which was legal.
Right.
But for this to happen, and you're right, Rozier, who knows what happens with the Billups story, but Beasley, it's just I owe this guy money, trying to pick up $2,000 and doing this and how bad it looks and texting back and forth. It's just incredible.
I mean, what was Class A going to make for the Guardians?
Oh, there's another one, I know.
He's
to
probably
throw a ball on purpose.
I mean, he was probably going to get like 4 years, $60 million.
Texting from the bullpen.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. It's on. And it just looks so bad and obvious what you're doing. But it's like what David said, though, too, about the limits. That the bookmakers lost their mind as well.
Right.
With the parlays and give me 50,000 first pitch of the night, the ball.
Yeah, that's where they really lost their minds there by allowing their VIP players to get down for so much money with the Porter stuff in the NBA. It's like, the guy's a fringe player. He might get 8-9 minutes occasionally in a basketball game. You're going to let people get down that much money to win maybe a couple 100,000? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. It's like the Dave Malinsky story, where when he was running a book in the islands, and the guy wanted 100,000 on a WWE match, and they're like, "Well, he's a big player and he's down big, and we know he has the answer, the outcome, right? So we give it to him, and they're debating. Guy wants 100,000 on a WWE.
Did they give it to him?
I can't remember what they decided to do, but he told that story on air. But the back and forth, and
oh god,
I mean, I'm stunned though. I'm with you. Clean me out. Would have lost everything.
Oh, I would have just
How
take
these
all my
guys
money.
are doing this, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Circa football contests are open. Don't have to live in Las Vegas to play. If you're required in-person registration, Winner Circle Proxy handles your weekly submissions. You can make your picks anywhere in the country. Winner Circle Proxy, VSiN's preferred proxy service. One trip to Vegas. Play all season long from anywhere. Schedule your appointment now. WinnerCircleProxy.com. Beasley taking the ball from his own teammate at the end on the final possession. Yep. Which, when Westbrook won the MVP, he was doing that on a regular basis.
Sure, three times a night.
Westbrook just wanted all the accolades and the MVP. But I got to go back and look at that.
I just did.
Laid it in coast to coast.
Oh, you got to find the video.
Buzzer.
He sprints. They give him the ball out of bounds. They're down by 9, and he goes as fast as humanly possible to go dunk it. And that's how the game ends, and that covered the spot as well. Now, I wonder if he had action on that game. Just the back and forth with the texts.
I know.
Just so openly.
Like, guys, we
dumb.
shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. Find a how about you do WhatsApp?
Ed
or
Davis.
Yeah.
Ed Davis has now left the chat.
He's left the chat. I'll see you later, guys.
Yes.
Big gulps, huh?
Yeah. Who do you think the feds are coming after? Oh no.
You're going to hear a legendary former U.S. soccer player's take on a match happening tonight. Coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
52nd minute. Paraguay leading Germany 1-0. Poly market right now. The draw is 36%. Germany to win 35%. Paraguay 31% here.
They were 14-1 before the match to win by shutout.
14-1.
Yes. They're 2-1 live right now. 2.5 under -120. These guys can park the bus like nobody's business. This is getting juicy.
What do you make of taking the draw right now?
Yeah.
Assuming that Germany do you have confidence that Germany is going to be able to get one in?
You would think.
I would.
The dam would
hope.
break.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's risky. Number one, if you're taking on a team that's better than you, and your strategy is to sit back and just park the bus, it got you panned.
It did.
Brazil was unbelievable in the second half, but the dam just broke. But here, they're so much better. I mean, the FIFA rankings again: Paraguay 37, Germany 12. But to your point earlier, I mean, we kicked their ass. We made them look ridiculous. But the pressure on them now, knowing if they can't score, they go home. I got to imagine they score.
I would think they're going to get.
They got to get one,
and maybe that's
even a penalty or something. Happens.
Sure, and maybe that's the way to look at it. Instead, would be will Germany score one goal? Because if they score one, then maybe they score another one, and the draw is absolutely dead at that point. Because I don't know if Paraguay is going to have this is absolutely what Paraguay is doing right now. They're allowing Germany to have full possession here of the football, and they're just.
I can't believe they scored. That's the killer.
It was a nice goal too, by the way.
Yeah, I'll throw it out there again. To win in extra time, Germany plus 360.
Okay.
We froze.
Did we get something?
I just froze.
Germany just went to 52% at Poly Market. The draw is at 38%. Paraguay's down to 12%. They have to get one here, although it still says 1-0 on my screen that I have. Is there
No, Germany scores.
They score?
I'm on the Caesars app. Germany puts one in right here. Bang, header.
Oh, are you?
That is sexy.
That's a weak goal.
From way out. No, it was a header. I think it was a header.
Did it get redirected?
Yeah. I don't think that went all the way in from the.
And just like that, before he could even get a bet down, Germany does put one in.
Mikaisa Paul, Auf Wiedersehen. Here we go.
Oh, Rammstein. Yeah. I want to see this again, because if that's not a header, then that's a really bad job there by the Paraguay keeper. We need a replay here, Fox. Let's go.
A good point by Luke when it happened. To come from behind and win is alive and well in this one, too. You'd be up, God, now you better be over 50 units, 60 units. That happens.
I don't think that's touched.
Had to have been.
I don't think it was. Maybe I think it actually maybe got the back of the. Did it get the Paraguay defender?
I'm on your side. That's soft.
That's
soft.
Maybe a little bit, maybe, but still, you can't.
I don't know what he's anticipating.
No, it wasn't moved. It didn't move that much. No. That's a bad goal there. That's a bad job by the keeper there.
I would have had it,
without question. Or you would have scored one way or the other.
Yep. Oh man. Okay. This is good now.
Okay, well, let's get a read on what is going to happen tonight. I think this game between the Netherlands and Morocco is potentially the nuts. One of my favorite games of this round coming up, and we get it right away.
This is crazy. Have you looked at the FIFA rankings? 6 against 7. In a round of 32
And this is how
match.
It broke?
Yes.
For these countries?
Yes.
Eric Ronaldo was on Money Moves earlier today, former, obviously, legendary soccer player here for Team USA, and gave his thoughts on that match between those two teams.
A lot of people had tipped the Netherlands to win this competition. A lot of the insiders looking at the bench that they have, the depth that they possess, and just if you look at the Netherlands, you have to go all the way back to 2010, where they've never lost in group play, and they've never been beaten unless it was penalty kicks outside of Spain in a final. So they are the toughest of the toughest when it comes to opponents. The Netherlands will probably win this game. Morocco is not the same version that we saw in the last World Cup. There is some vulnerability there, and I think that the Dutch will capitalize on that. They're ruthless, and they're not going to stop. They're going to keep coming. Morocco can have some of their moments, but again, I just think that this is a watered down version of what we saw in the last World Cup. And besides, they actually enjoyed what we're having now, that home field effect. Once everybody got eliminated in the last World Cup, then you needed somebody to root for, and you were from Asia or Africa or the Middle East. You're like, well, Morocco's still in it. Let's go. So they had multiple countries basically rooting for them to do well, and they did. But that won't be the case this go around.
Okay.
I love the Dutch, but I tell you, Morocco very popular in futures, and certainly the winner's going to beat Canada as well. $1.50 to qualify. Netherlands, Morocco plus 120. But my concern would be, like Felica said, the Dutch, they've conceded. You know, Tunisia put one in on them. If you're giving up goals against some of these bad countries.
Japan got 2.
Yeah.
Right? That was a really good second half, though.
Yes.
That match was outstanding.
That'd be the cause for concern, because then I got to get 2 then. And I'm still surprised at the total. Over 2.5 plus money. Over 1.5 can be had minus 180.
So I think my best bet is going to be both teams to score.
Yes. Makes sense.
I also, for Morocco, how do you look at them? Because I think they're very good, obviously. Do you throw that Haiti match in the garbage? Do you look at that?
Yeah, that was strange.
You look at the match against Brazil and say that's their true colors?
Yeah.
Because that match was absolutely elite and super high level. And I thought they were maybe better than Brazil in that match and maybe should have won it. It was a draw. So
I think there's a couple there. Number one, you fall behind twice against Haiti, and then you score a minute in against Scotland, and that's the final score.
Right.
So maybe not so fast that they could put a couple in here. But I think the Netherlands are being disrespected a little bit too.
Okay.
Certainly Morocco's talented, but I would say it's unfortunate. This is a round of 32 match.
Which match, other than this one, are you hyped up for the most?
Oh, God.
The upper right of the bracket is phenomenal.
Tomorrow, Ivory Coast, Norway.
How good is
Mexico,
that match?
Ecuador is going to be great.
Yes.
Mexico yet to concede. The environment's going to be banging. Colombia, Ghana will be fun, even though Ghana's 6-1 to win. Belgium, Senegal could be entertaining. But the thing that gets me is moving it. You look at ahead to round of 16 matches, like Brazil, Norway, or Brazil, Ivory Coast, Mexico, England, a potential Argentina, Colombia to go to the semis. USA, Spain, or Spain, Portugal, and then maybe we can get the winner. Certainly unfortunate what happened with our draw, that we get a Belgium-Senegal winner if we're able to get past Bosnia. And then France, Netherlands would be fantastic as well.
France, Netherlands, France, Morocco.
But I'd love to name the finalist or where you're going to, what round you're going to be knocked out into. Is also phenomenal at Caesars.
Caesars, they did a great job with this on the app. When you go under I think it's called the tournament same game parlay, basically. But you can the way it's lined up and how you navigate it is brilliant. And it's just you pick. Teams are all lined up. They got the winner, the runner-up, third place to reach the final, the semis, the quarters, all of it. So it really pops on the phone when you're toggling through it.
I'm surprised Colombia is so high, aren't you?
Yeah, I like that squad.
Because if you can get past Argentina.
That's a big
you're going to be right. And if you can beat the number one team and the defending champs, you're not afraid of England.
I have a bet on.
You can beat Mexico. I mean, it's Brazil's shown some warts here.
I mean, I will really like the winner of that match against Switzerland, Algeria.
Oh, no question.
And that's why I have a bet on Colombia to make the quarters minus 110. So, and at that point, they'd probably play Argentina if chalk holds right there. Cape Verde has been a great story. Are they going to be the first team to shut out Messi?
That's not happening.
I don't think it is either.
No.
And Mexico, Ecuador tomorrow night. I absolutely cannot wait for the match. Today's card's awesome. Tomorrow's card is just as good as it gets almost.
Are you worried about the weather?
Oh, you have to be.
Think so?
Yes, it's going to be, I
think it's going to work out. Just because of domes, late night starts, and some West Coast games as well.
I hope you're right.
Kansas City could be troubling. And once we get to next week in the Meadowlands, MetLife, whatever, if you're going to be hit, that heat wave that's coming there.
Mm-hmm. I will add this. The players are probably going to be, I guess, happy later in the week, next week, with the heat wave for the hydration breaks then. Be a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Fans booing the hydration breaks is hilarious.
I don't. Yeah.
Especially in the dome stadiums. That's great.
Well, yeah, and what was it in Vancouver the other night? 63 degrees, I think, at kickoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Free kick here by Germany. Nope. Stopped by the goalie. Okay. 62nd minute here, still tied at 1 apiece.
I can't believe they conceded. Such a fluke. Total domination. But that's soccer for you. If they can get this to extra time, you never know.
Let's follow the money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Up next, Scott Agnes is going to join the program, beat reporter for the Indiana Fever. How big of a problem did the Fever have with Caitlin Clark and the officials? We'll ask him next.